Today, we're going to talk about respiration. Please get a writing utensil. Ha, it's funny I held this right in front of my face like a mustache. What I want you to do with your writing utensil is I'd like you to put it in your hand. And I would like you to do an activity with it. I'd like you to squeeze as hard as you can squeeze. Don't let go. Don't loosen up. Squeeze it as hard as you can squeeze. We're going to count backwards from 10. You're going to squeeze it hard, hard, hard. Right? 10, 9, squeeze hard. 8, 7, really hard. 6, 5, only one hand. Don't touch with your other hand. 5, 4, squeeze super hard. 3, 2, when I get to 1, squeeze really, really, really hard, and then you're just going to loosen up just a tiny bit, so squeeze super hard. Now, super, super hard, and just relax now, but don't move your hand very much. Just move it enough so that you can pull that pen out of there, okay? Or writing utensil. Just use it, move it just enough. Do your joints feel a little creaky? Like, do they feel stuck? Okay, I'm going to show you mine. Don't move it. Hold it real still. Now what I want you to do is I want you to concentrate really hard and just open one finger. Just one. Don't let the others move. Just one finger. How come it's moving so slow? Move it really slow. You can feel that kind of stiffness going on. If you don't feel the stiffness, if you just like moved it right off the bat, even if you moved your fingers right off the bat, they're still a little bit sore. Here's what happened. You needed to use energy to hold on to that writing utensil. And how your body gets energy is through respiration. All right, we just got done talking about photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is how plants make energy from the sun, right? They make sugar, right? Well, we eat plants and we get energy by eating it, right? But then our bodies have to break it down, and here's what happens in our cells. Our learning target is, I understand that during respiration, cells break down simple food molecules such as glucose, remember glucose is a sugar, and release energy. Here's our big word for today, respiration. Say it with me. Respiration. Respiration is the set of reactions and processes that take place in the cells of organisms to release energy from nutrients into energy for use by all energy-consuming activities of the cell. So you might not think you're moving right now, but you're breathing, your heart's pumping, your lungs are working. There's stuff traveling to and from your lungs. Your blood is going through your body. Your body's also digesting stuff from up to 48 hours ago that you ate, right? So there's all kinds of things going on. All right, we are using energy. Here's what respiration looks like. It looks like C6H12, which is glucose, which is, again, a sugar, and oxygen. And then when the chemical reactions have taken place with glucose and oxygen, carbon dioxide and water and energy are what happens in the mitochondria. What, Mrs. Tomlinson? Mitochondria. In stage 1 of respiration, just a little bit of energy is given off. Just a little bit. It doesn't really require much oxygen, but you only get a little bit of energy given off. In stage 2, a lot more energy gets given off. Now, when you watch the videos today, you're going to hear about something called ATP. ATP is energy. Say that with me. ATP is energy. Say it again. ATP is energy. Woo! Okay, good job. All right, one more notebook page for today, and it's still focused on respiration. And our learning target for that is I can explain how organisms get the energy they need for life processes by cell respiration and fermentation. All right, another big word. Fermentation. Say it with me. fermentation. It's an energy releasing process that does not require oxygen. So you can get oxygen without energy, and if you do, or your cells do, it's by some kind, by some type of fermentation. And there are actually two kinds of fermentation. We just used one of them with our muscles, and that's lactic acid. You know when your coach tells you to go warm down or go like walk an extra lap after you've ran a race so that you can kind of work through your muscles and keep them moving? Well, what that is doing is it's trying to get the water in your body moving. It's trying to regulate your heart rate, and then your body's trying to get rid of that lactic acid. If you don't warm down or stretch after exercising, then you might be sore. And the reason that you're sore is because that lactic acid sat in your muscles and it makes them stiff because they were trying to use energy faster than they were getting it. Okay? All right. So our main term here is fermentation. Say it again with me. Fermentation. It's an energy releasing process that does not require oxygen. There are some cells that don't exist in places with oxygen. They live in the mud or way at the bottom of the ocean. And so they use fermentation to get energy. The next term is not new because it is an organelle. You heard this one before. It's called mitochondria. Say it with me. Mitochondria. Remember I said mitochondria is like the mighty superpower. Well, here's why. Mitochondria is the organelle that produces ATP. Remember, ATP is energy, but it really stands for adenosine triphosphate. That's a tricky one too. It's through the process of respiration, which requires oxygen. So here is a cell, and here's a cell membrane, okay? And in the cell, the cell makes energy. Now, this isn't just one cell. This is like all your body cells. In comes some raw materials, okay? So this is glucose, and it's a smaller molecule. It gets broken down, makes a little bit of energy in stage 1. And then in this piece, the mitochondria breaks those small molecules, so glucose molecules, down even smaller and releases way more energy, okay? And then what comes out of this energy process is water and carbon dioxide, right? And when you breathe out, there's water coming out. Breathe on your hand. Can you feel the moisture? Yep. And you're breathing out and carbon dioxide comes out. So carbon dioxide and water are coming out of you, okay? And right now you're perspiring, like you're sweating. You just don't really know it. Or maybe you are really nervous about the notebook. I want you down here to describe how cells get energy without using oxygen and where those cells might be found. You're going to watch a couple of videos. You're going to read a document, or I can read it to you. I would suggest you do both. You read it and then hear me read it to you. And then you're going to watch an experiment that has to do with respiration, but you don't have to do anything more today than just your two notebook pages, and try really hard to understand cellular respiration. Whew, big words today. You got this.